Montessori Grandma. Episode 18. The Four Princes.
The Four Princes, a Montessori story related to numbers, retold and presented by Geeta Vijaychandran. The Four Princes is a story to introduce the four operations in mathematics. This story brings clarity to the four mathematical operations. I wrote this story after I read the story, The Four Brothers, and I thank Michael Dorer for inspiring me and all teachers. The Four Princes. This is a story that happened in a kingdom called Decimal System. There was a king and a queen and four princes. The princes were loved by the people of the country, but the activities the princes did were strange. The princes were quadruplets. They listened to everything that their mother asked them to do. The only thing they were stubborn about was their dress choice. Everyone in the kingdom knew this. The first prince was called Ad. He loved red and always insisted on wearing red. From his head to his toes was red. He always wore red clothes with a sign that you see here. The first prince, called Ad, always wanted to put things together to make more. He gathered whatever he found around him and started to count them as he put them together. All that Ad wanted to do was to put things together and count to see how many there were. Like 4, he added with 2 and he got 6. The second prince was called Times. He loved yellow and always insisted on wearing yellow colored clothes. He was dressed from his head to toes in yellow. He always wore yellow clothes with a sign like an X. Times always wanted to put things together to make more, but in a different way. He liked to group equal things together and then put them together and add them. So he would say, well, here are 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. So 4 threes, that's 12. Times told Dad, you and I do practically the same thing. You put different numbers together. I do the same thing, but I repeat the same number. I put the same numbers together. I'm faster. Between Ad and Times, you could imagine the piles of things that they gathered. They would have had nothing but huge piles around them and everywhere else. It's easier to count. Add does 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2. And he got 12. This times does 2 times 6. That gives him 12. The third prince was very different to them. He was called Minus. He loved and always insisted on wearing green. From his head to his toes was green. He always wore green clothes with this sign. Minus liked to take things away. He wanted to take away whatever was put together. If he saw some mangoes, he would say, there are 8 over here. I'll take away 5 and leave 3. You could imagine what their house was like, with the 2 other brothers putting things together and Minus doing nothing but taking things away. No wonder the people thought that these brothers were strange. Not only did they dress strangely with those odd symbols sewn on them, but they worked against each other all the time, and somehow it all worked out to balance. There was a fourth brother. He was called Divide. He dressed completely in blue, from his bright blue hat and down to his beautiful blue shoes. Like his brothers, he had a strange emblem sewn on his chest. It looked like this. Divide thought that the most important thing was to be fair. He wanted to be fair to everyone so all are happy. So he would go around and say, "Look, there's a pile of apples. I will give one to you, and one to you, and one to you, and one to you." And he would pass them out so everybody got the same amount of everything. He wanted to do everything fairly, that if it didn't work out just, and after everybody got this exact same amount, he would leave some to the side as a little remainder or leftover. He'd never let one person get more than the other. 13, he divided it by 3, which gave him 4 and 1 remainder. Can you imagine this palace? It was very different with these 4 brothers and their peculiar activities. There were heaps of things being gathered by the first and second brothers in 2 different ways. There was a third brother taking some things away. There was a fourth brother giving it equally to all those around him. There was a flood in the kingdom. People were all suffering from lack of food. The king decided to distribute food to all the people. He asked the ministers to pack bags with essential food items needed. Soon, the palace rooms were filled with bags. When the first brother got there, dressed all in red, he became very excited. "Oh," he said, "I know what I need to do. I need to put them together, and I'll end up with more in my big pile than in any small pile." So he went to work. "Here are 6 bags, and here are 12 bags. I'll get 13 more bags and put them together." And he started building big piles with all the bags. The next brother, the one in yellow, thought that the first brother was making such a waste of time. "I'll just get 4 and 4 and 4 and 4 and 4, which makes 20. And that way I will have so many because I'm just repeating the same number over and over. I can go so much more quickly and work so much faster." The 2 of them kept busily piling up all the bags. The third brother, he thought the piles were too big. So he started taking away the bags from the pile. He removed bags, so the piles became smaller. So the 3 brothers, working against each other, finally made several piles of bags. The 3 brothers were so tired that they went to take rest. Now came the fourth brother. He looked at the piles. He took the bags and started distributing it to all, saying, one for you, till all got one each. He saw there were more bags and started to distribute again to all. In this way, he distributed all the bags till there were no more bags left. He felt so happy with himself, as he liked to be fair. The 4 princes looked at their work and were happy. The prince in red said, "I put things together to make more, so I know how many bags there are. I shall call it addition." The prince in yellow said, "I too did addition, but I was adding by putting the same quantity together, as it's quicker. I shall call it multiplication." The prince in green said, "The piles were too big, so I was taking away to make the pile small. I shall call it subtraction." Finally, the prince in blue said, "I helped By doing division, I gave everyone equal number of bags, so all of them are happy. The king and the queen were happy with the 4 princes. Though the villagers found the princes strange, they were all happy as the 4 princes were kind and helped them. They were happy to be living in a country where the king, queen, and the princess took care of them during difficult times. The princes continued to live together, doing the tasks of addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division, and this continues to this day. So, we can say that addition and multiplication are adding things in different ways, and subtraction and division are taking away things in different ways. That brings us to the end of the story of the 4 princes. This story can be done with the Montessori golden bead material. To help further, you can use the stamp game. This brings clarity to the 4 mathematical operations, which confuses many children. Thank you for watching. This is Geeta Vijaychandran signing off.
Montessori Grandma.